Marcus Peters, trade talks, and highlights react. Let's get it, man! What's up, guys? It's your boy ODJ back here with another reaction video. Now we're going to be reacting to Marcus Peters' highlights for his past couple of seasons. I think this is his career highlights so far. Oh no, 2017 highlights, not his career highlights, 2017 highlights. And we're also going to be talking his trade talks as well. Let's knock out the trade talks before we hop into the reaction video. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be fire. It's Marcus Peters. He's a real one. He's a real nigga, to be honest with you guys. He's probably one of the realest dudes out here. If you get recognized by Marshawn Lynch and he's coming to defend you, we all know you're an RN. You're an official RN. We're not talking about registered nurse. Down to the chase, Marcus Peters just got traded from the Kansas City Chiefs today and got traded over to the Los Angeles Rams. So he's still gonna stay on, you know, the west side of the USA. Of course, he's going from Midwest to the far west. He's going nearly to home. You know, he's gonna be in California, not in Oakland. But he's going to be in the nice warmer weather. But he did ball out there in Kansas City. He was a top 7 corner in the game. It was very interchangeable since he's come into the league. There's been guys like Richard Sherman, Richard Sherman, Marcus Peters, Patrick Peterson, who else? Dang, Xavier Rhodes has just emerged up. We have like 2 other corners that came rolling off top of my tongue right now. They can't come off the top of my tongue right now. I mean, of course, Casey Hayward, but Casey Hayward really asserted himself in the top cornerback conversation this year. We also, when he first came in the league, we still had Aqib Talib and Chris Harris Jr. at the height. So the cornerback position since he's come in the league has been very competitive in terms of tops in the league, and he's been there specifically because he is he's like probably the best ball hawk in the NFL now. That, you know, the next best thing to Eric Reed, to be honest with you, snagging interceptions left and right, back-to-back years where he was a Pro Bowler. This is the only year he wasn't a Pro Bowler. So his rookie year was a Pro Bowler, last year was a Pro Bowler, rookie and sophomore year he was superb Pro Bowler, almost all Pro. I don't know if he was second team All Pro last year. But this year was a little bit of a drop-off as the whole team kind of slanted downward, because after Eric Berry got hurt, the offense was superb, amazing, but for some reason the defense just wasn't there. And then the offense in the games where the defense were slouching, the offense would perform but then wouldn't take them over the hump to win. So that kind of made the difference in the whole season. But in terms of him, he's a potential All-Pro. He should be an All-Pro multiple times before he retires, and he is you know, one of the best ball hawks in the league. Got traded today to the Rams for a couple of draft picks. Now I heard the Kansas City Chiefs were trying to get their hands on Robert Quinn as well as some draft picks, but that didn't go through. So they just, I guess they're in such an immediate haste to get rid of these players like Alex Smith and Marcus Peters. They're doing all this before the even official trade offseason begins. And, you know, they're doing it in haste, like, yo, we're trying to get him in and out. It was going to be a very nice, formidable combination of Kendall Fuller and Marcus Peters, seeing that they're both super young corners who have some success in the NFL already. But it's a shame that Marcus Peters is already gone. But, you know, it might just be greater pastures for Marcus Peters. He's going to a very hot team, a very young team in the Los Angeles Rams, in a place that, you know, it's very close to home for him. You know, it's in California, in that big state. And also he's on a winner. We saw when he was on Kansas City Chiefs, when they were winning, he was balling. And he is filling the need that defense needs really, really bad. The front seven of the Rams is a solid front seven with Robert Quinn, who was a former Pro Bowler. I think he was a former All-Pro too, but, you know, he is a monster in his own right. I don't know. Last year was a little bit of a slump year for me. I've seen him have a lot more dominant years in terms of Robert Quinn. Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year. What's understood does not have to be explained on when it comes to him. You know, just a monster in his own right, unstoppable, unblockable, and he won Defensive Player of the Year. So that's all I gotta say about him. Alec Ogletree is a solid linebacker for me. They have Brockers, who's an above-average D lineman. I would compare him to Hunter Joseph or whatever his name, Hunter and the Vikings. I would compare those two and have them side by side. They're just about as good as each other. So you have those 4 guys in the front 7, and of course you have Mark Barron too, who is a safety linebacker hybrid out of Alabama. Huge body, was amazing. He's been pretty solid throughout his whole career, and now he's with the Rams playing that hybrid safety linebacker role, making an impact. But the back 7 they just needs help. I mean, Trumaine Johnson's a big corner, but I don't know, he just. Well, I don't know if he was injured last year, if he was hampered. I just felt like people just got behind him. I just felt like wide receivers could just make plays on him, even though he was supposed to be some amazing cornerback. You got Nickel Roby Coleman, who is a good corner, but obviously I think he was in and out the lineup with injuries, so he didn't have that much of an impact. I know I enjoyed watching LaMarcus Joyner at Florida State University, but like in the NFL, I don't know. I don't know if he's that much of an effective safety. So I mean, the defensive back for the Rams, they just need an upgrade, and now they're getting an All-Pro corner in that. I just wonder who they're going to move, because I mean, who's gonna get benched, because it's a very they got some egos on that cornerback. So all corners are egos. It's just interesting to me to see, because Trumaine Johnson's been a starter for a couple of years. Nickel Roby Coleman is coming over from Buffalo from last year. Came to St. Louis, made some plays came to the Rams last year, the LA Rams, and made some plays last year. So it's going to be interesting to see out of those 2 starters, 2 players who have been starting for multiple years now in the NFL, who's going to get the benching. Who knows? They might just move one of them to safety and then bench LaMarcus Joyner because he's a small guy. But we'll see how all that works. With all that being said, Marcus Peters is going to be a nice piece. The Chiefs are going to get some picks. You will see what they do with those. I don't know if they're 3rd rounders or 4th rounders. Comment down those below for me. And let's hop into this reaction highlight video. Spiller Rivers drop back and reception right there. That's mad loud, my guys and my gals. That's straight. Marcus Peters interception. He's taking this back to the house? Okay, he got taken down. Another interception? That was a good pickup block by Melvin Gordon. Nice deflection. Nice deflection. Perfect. He saw it coming. That's the thing with Marcus Peters. He has great ball skills. He has great hand-eye coordination. He knows when the ball's coming down. He knows how to position himself to make the plays that he needs to make. He saw that ball coming all the way and timed it perfectly. He could have had a pass interference if he didn't time it perfectly, but he was able to keep himself composed enough to deflect it when need to. Stop at the goal line, get down on the ground. Simple. Oh, this was the saddest game ever. That was the stupid pick. We remember this. We remember this. I reacted to this. That was one of the dumbest interceptions I've seen Ben Roethlisberger throw. Now, I don't know if there's miscommunication between Antonio Brown, but that was still a nice catch as well. Jamal Charles, strip sack. Not even a strip sack. That's man, I think that's the reason why I remember Jamal Charles did that when he went up against the Broncos. I think it was the year the Broncos won the Super Bowl. He did that. I think he was with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they were about to win the game, and Jamal Charles fumbled the ball, and then Nickel Roby picked the ball up and took it all the way to the house. And then that game took it to overtime, or they will beat them in overtime or something. Now the tables turn where a different corner strips Jamal Charles, and he goes and scores it. That was a nice strip. That was all Marcus Peters. Of course, he had to get gang tackled, but just held him up, stripped him up, and then just went off by himself. Yeet! He was trying. He was really trying not to fumble. He was holding on to that ball a little bit longer than I thought. By who? Oh my God. Oh yeah, they did make that illegal because of Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham always dunked it, and then one game he dunked it and he actually dented and made it slanted. That was an awful throw. Jeez. That was probably great positioning by Marcus Peters. That throw was just god awful. Take him down on the option route. This is what I like to see. Smack him. Marcus Peters is a gamer, man. Oh, this is a pick. Oh, never mind, I lied. Jermaine Kirsch, get down on the ground. That was an explosive game. I remember reacting to that one. That game was explosive. The Chiefs versus the Chargers. And the Jets versus the Chiefs. I remember this one. He juked the mess out of him. I don't think he took us all the way. He took it far, though. We saw a lot of these. But, I don't know. See, like, this year is a little bit different. All the interceptions I've seen Marcus Peters get so far have just been, like, throws to him. They've, like, literally just been, like, bad throws. Like, literally, when you're in high school and college and the NFL, I mean, like really, if you're like if you're a football player, if you're a football player and you know you're smarter than the average fool, of course there are those gamers, right? But there are some guys who kind of, I mean, I took the smarter approach when I was playing. I took the I took a more of a mind game approach. That's the thing that got to me a little bit. I thought too much on the football field, and I thought too much before heading on the football field. But when you really think about it, man, you will legit, from high school to, I mean, college is a different game, but let's just start high school because that's where I was at. When I looked at the schedule, I knew there was legit only probably 2 quarterbacks or 1 quarterback who could really throw the football. And then you go to the college level, and then you have all these kids who think they can throw the football, but then they go up against all these kids who are 10 times faster than the kids they went up against on the defensive side, and then they realize they can't throw the football. So then, when you get to the college game, if you're a college athlete, you should be athletic enough where only 2 to 3 quarterbacks can really give you a hard challenge in combination with the wide receiver and really just mess up one whole game for you. And then when you get to the NFL level, it's still like that, because then you get the guys who think they can beat those guys, in college, and you put them in the pros. But in the pros, the guys that you're going up against literally train all year to come after you, to make sure that they're fast enough, to make sure that they're long enough, to make sure they're strong enough to knock down your balls, to get your wide receivers, and to destroy all the windows that you have. So when you get to the top level, especially these top tier guys like Richard Sherman, Marcus Peters, they you gotta understand that, like, once you're like that top tier, there's only a solid 6 quarterbacks that can. Any quarterback in the NFL can really torch any corner. Any quarterback can torch can ruin any corner's day with the just having a really nice day of football. But on average, if you're like a top tier corner, really a good 6 quarterback can just light your whole side up, which is Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. That's 3. Ben Roethlisberger. 4. 5. I'll throw Kirk Cousins in there. He almost had a 5,000. He's had 3 straight 4,000 yard seasons. 3 straight 4,000 yard seasons. So I'll throw Kirk Cousins in there. And number 6. Who's number 6? Philip Rivers kind of in there, but he's teetering. Eli Manning's not in there anymore. Deshaun Watson, because Deshaun Watson torched the Seahawks. And who else would I put in there? 6 quarterbacks. Oh, Carson Wentz, of course. Carson Wentz. Nick Foles, semi. Nick Foles is kind of one of those quarterbacks who could torch. We haven't seen a large body of work from him in a while. Jared Goff, semi in there. But those are like 6 solid quarterbacks who can torch you every single time. That will, like, every single time you go up against them, you might never have a good defensive game, no matter if you're a top 5 quarterback or whatever. So, I mean, I'm saying all of that to say, when I played corner in high school, I knew that, like, maybe only 1 quarterback could really torch me, could really ruin just my whole life on a given day and just expose me, which I don't even think it happened. Like, I think I gave up, how many times? I gave up like 1 passing, 2, I gave like 2 passing touchdowns the whole season. High school quarterbacks don't really throw that much. That's number 1. 2, if they throw that much, then they're not going to be accurate. You're going to get some balls that are just really bad balls that just come straight to you. I got 4 interceptions. I want to say all 4 of them were just bad throws. all 4 interceptions that I got in my senior year of high school were just bad throws that I was able to catch. Literally. All 4, like 2 of them were overthrows. 1 was just a little bit inaccurate with miscommunication. And the last one was an underthrow. So, I mean, that's what I'm seeing from Marcus Peters. I expect a little bit more, you know, as a ball hawk type of corner. I expect him to be able to jump some routes, and I haven't seen that. And that's why I'm rambling so much. But let's get back into this reaction. Hello. Smacked him. I'm not seeing... Oh, that was a critical fumble in the game. I think that fumble lost them the game. When I remember we reacted to this game. That fumble lost them the game by Eckler. Shit was tough. My man's out here getting turnovers. Now, even though he's getting all these interceptions thrown right to him, he is stripping the football and he's making plays.
We have a flag down on the far side of the field.
Interception. Oh, I lied. Stopped him. No first down. He's a very good corner. He can tackle. Not too many corners like to tackle, especially open field tackle. He makes a lot of open field tackles, as we see in this highlight tape. Bang, bang. That's what I want to see. Coming out the cut, jumping the route, and ending the game on an interception. Of course, the game was out of reach, but that was a good interception. Did we react to this game? I don't think we did. Jarvis Landry, oh, that was a fake catch. That catch was fake. That catch was a little fake. That was a nice bang bang play. Who hit this? Derrick Johnson smacked him? It was Derrick Johnson. Bam! He completely turned him sideways, and then he just caught it. Literally, ball just came up right in his face, and he said some yoinks. I think Derrick Johnson just retired. I think he's been in the league for 15 years, multiple time Pro Bowler. Sucks that he stayed with the Chiefs his whole career because he didn't win anything, but it is what it is. Who is this to? Is it a fumble? It's a fumble! Marcus Peters gets a lot of turnovers, man. I did not know he was this good of a forced fumble type of guy. He's stripping people, but he's a big, strong corner with long arms. He can put his arms in there and just rip it out. That's what I want to see. Look at that interception. Just completely took Eric Decker's career. Picking off these hitches. That's what I want to call. That's a ball hawk right there. This is what I want to see. Took Eric Decker's whole career right there. And that's the last highlight. That's his last Kansas City highlight. Making a play for his team in the beginning of the game to put them up 21-0. Now, of course, we talked about the trade. We talked about the pluses for the Rams. The Rams are getting a really, really good player. Of course, they're going to have to see how to work him into the locker room because we saw throughout the year that Marcus Peters might look like a locker room issue. Might. I don't think so. You know, once a guy goes into a winning environment, he's a Pro Bowler, all-pro type of player, top 5 in his position type of player. As long as they're winning and he's doing his job, it's gonna be straight. He has now we got the offensive player of the year with the Rams. You have the top 3 candidate for most improved player of the year. It's between him and Case Keenum and one more dude. I don't know, Carson Wentz. And then you have defensive player of the year. You have offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year. You got a top most improved QB who's moved himself into the top 15, almost top 10 in the league. You have 3 solid wideouts. You got a solid front 7, and now you have an all-pro receiver corner. Man, if they don't make it to the NFC Championship game next year and go up against the Vikings or the Eagles, I'm gonna be hugely shocked. I mean, only injuries can really slow this team down now. So the Rams are in very, very good position, and Marcus Peters is going to make a very big impact, especially giving the ball back to that offense. Oh my goodness. We'll see how it all works out. Thank you guys for watching my video. Comment down below if you guys think Marcus Peters is going to bring a huge impact to the Rams. Comment down below if he's going to be an All-Pro or a Pro Bowler with the Rams in his first season. And comment down below if you guys think Kansas City made a good move or not. They moved a very young All-Pro player that they drafted organically. Had him in a very good contract. Comment down below. And comment down below if you guys know anything extra in terms of locker room issues that really might have pushed the Kansas City Chiefs over the ledge to trade him, especially before the offseason even started. It's ridiculous. Alex Smith I kind of understand because, you know, you kind of wanted to get him up out of there, but you guys wanted to give him another shot because it's not like he completely was garbage and you did, and you're like, nah, you just got to go for it. It just helps both of us to get you out of here. And also, they're taking not a big jump on Kendall Fuller, but they're like, well, we'll just replace Marcus Peters with Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller did have a good season, but he's not at Marcus Peters' level. At least he hasn't shown that just yet. So, I don't know why they would do that, but that's all I got to say. Thank you guys for watching. If you did, please comment, share, like, and subscribe. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to be back on my grind stuff. I'm going to try and see if I can start posting 3 to 4 videos a day. And then get back where I can post at least 7 videos in one day like I did before. I have a ton of content to react to. Almost too much to react to and create. So I need to really get on my stuff and be putting out these videos so I can put out all these videos. I have so many videos I want to put out. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Catch you guys later. Deuce.